Hello everyone, myself I'm Shruti Pandey, grade 7, studying in SNS Academy. So today I'm going to make an app known as Monster Smash. So first you're going to log in with code.org and click the create button and go to the app lab. Okay, so let's go to the designing part by just clicking it. So now before I just enter the particular designing part, let me just see a small intro of my app. So it's nothing but an app. When I just click a start button, the game screen will just get opened and a monster will be there on the computer screen. And if you click the particular monster, you will get points because you're smashing the monster. And if you by mistake click the computer screen instead of monster, you will just have 3 lives, and as you click the computer screen, it will get reduced. So if all those lives are over, you lose. But all the times when you click the particular monster 10 times, you will win the game. Though this is a short game. So now let's just design a particular app. So clicking the default, you could select your theme. I'm giving it as Coral Reef. You could give it as any other theme too. And first we need a label here. Drag the label, and yeah. So now we are going to rename this label as the Monster Smash. So this label is not going to do nothing with the coding, so I'm not changing the ID. The ID is nothing but it will be easy for you to recognize while coding. So but this doesn't do anything with coding, so let me just give this as the Monster Smash. And when you just scroll down, you see something like this. You could just increase the size clicking this, or oh my goodness, that's too much. Okay, so let's reduce it accordingly. Yeah, and let's increase this. Yeah, that's perfect. Or you could also type it accordingly, and you could also change your text alignment. Now I need a particular arrow pointing the start button. So let me just go to the image component right here, place it right here, drag it a little bit. Now click this image and you'll see if you scroll down, you'll see something known as image and you'll see choose. Click it. Now you could either upload from your device, but I'm going also you could do you could also give the link to the image. Now today I'm going to do with the help of icons. So let me drag it right there. Okay, perfect. Now I need a button for starting my game. So just adjust it. Now click it. Now I'm going to name this as the start button or start. That's better. And now I'm going to change the ID as start button. So you may ask like why you are going to put the ID for this alone, because we are going to code for this, because when I click this particular button, any button matter, like when I click it, the particular action starts, so that needs coding. So I'm renaming the particular ID like start button. Now let me resize the text a little bit more. That's perfect. And now also let me just change the icon color for this because it's too blackish. Okay, let me give red. That's better. Okay, so now I could also change the button background color too, like just by clicking the background color option. Let me just, yeah, that's better. Now after doing this, now I need an instruction label. So the first people who see this game may not know the instruction. So let's just keep this instruction label right here. There. Now just click it, scroll up, and we are going to name this. Okay, let me text like, oh no, the monsters are attacking the computer screen. Or let's be the computer. Okay, let it be the computer screen, and let's type it like, if you smash the monsters by clicking it, you earn points. But if you click the computer screen, you will lose points according to the lives you have. Okay, that's a very big instruction manual. So let's just click it and resize this. I guess that's better than before. So you could also change the font family like Georgia, or I guess the Arial was better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is do the next screen. Before I go on with doing the next screen, just click this screen and change the ID. You could change the ID as anything. I'm giving this as the welcome screen. Yeah, that's better. Now I'm going to do another screen for the game area. So the new screen. Now I don't know the same old theme for this. Let me just try changing another theme, like something related to playtime. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, first let me add an image right here from here. Yeah, so let me drag it till a level, because here I need the score label and the life. So let me just give it a little bit gap. That's perfect. Now you could just click this thing and give the choose option, but this time we are not going to the icons. Give the upload file, and I have two images here. You could either just drag it, or you can just give the open. I'm just going to drag both my images and give cancel. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is choose my computer screen. So it's looking like this. It's very odd. So there's some in the fit image, there's something optional here as cover. In this you could just cover that particular area. And the next thing what I'm going to do is simple. You are going to just take something called text area. You may ask like, why you just need a text area? So I thought the text area may be there, to show a different way of score and the lives. Could resize it accordingly. I guess that's perfect. Now what I'm going to do is drag my small labels. I'm going to resize it and name this as the score. And let me give some quotations and resize it accordingly. So let me resize the text at last, and let me give another label for my score value. Let me just reduce the size. Yeah, now let me give this as 0. Now I'm going to change the ID for this because the number is going to just change over here, not here, right? So let me just give the ID as the score value label, just for identification. So now what I'm going to do is just copy and paste it. Copy and paste it. I want the same size, so I'm doing it. So accordingly, you could just change the text as the lives and two quotations. Now I'm going to give this as 3 because I'm keeping 3 lives. Okay, now let's come to the topic of changing the text size. But I guess the one like this, it's enough because we need to resize the whole thing accordingly. So I guess that the size of this is enough. Now what you're going to do is add a monster, the main character. So let's add the image right here or wherever you want. Just click it, give the choose and choose the monster image, whatever you have. So let me give it over here. Yeah, that's better. Let's try covering it. Okay, or over here because it's eating the files. Okay. Okay. So after positioning your particular monster, you're going to name the particular screen. Okay. Really, my screen is just not visible. So I could just do this. Just click the screen and name this as the game screen. Okay, so let me just bring this back. Okay then, so now I should change the ID for each. So let me name this as the monster and let me give this as the computers. Okay, so now as I gave my these things, this thing, okay, I didn't give the ID for this, which is my lives. Okay, let me just check if I missed anything in the welcome screen. I gave the ID for the start button. Yeah, everything is just perfect. So the next thing is the lose and the win screen. Give the new screen option. Now let me just give this something like okay, I have a better idea. Just click this and give the background color. I'm giving this as green because it's a wind screen, and I'm going to drag an image over here, resize it, and I'm going to add a label on top. Yeah, I'm going to give this as the winner and some exclamation marks. Yeah, so let me just click the particular thing and first resize it, then let's look on with the image. Center, I guess let it be a little more big, and yeah, now for this let's give the choose, but I'm not going to choose any of this. I'm going to give the icons option and choose over here. I want a smiley face. A smiley face. Let me just type over here. Okay, it's already there, a smiley face. Let me just resize it accordingly. Yeah, that's very good. Now what I'm going to do is change the icon color because I hate black color. Okay, so now let me give something like yellow. Is that good? Or blue? Yeah, that's better. Now another important thing, a button. But this button should have a thing called play again. Play again. And over here, let's give it as play again. As I told you before, this will be useful for the coding part. Okay, button. So after renaming this, now we're going to just scroll down and change the font size. That's perfect. Now what you're going to do is simple. Just drag it there. Yeah. So now what you're going to do is we are going to rename the screen as usual. Let's give this as the winner screen. And let's go for the loser screen. Okay, this screen I really don't like it, but I should do it. So let it be the red sad screen. So now let me give this screen as loser screen, but it doesn't sound good. But anyways, now what we're going to do is give a label on top as usual. And let's name this. I guess loser is way too not good. So let's give something as the so let's code for the next, design for the next thing, which let me give something like sorry you lost your lives, lost all your lives. And let me just resize it accordingly. There it is. Or let it be like this, that's better. Okay, and let me just give a sad face. Now let me give the choose. Now let me get the icons, and now I need the sad face. Okay, and let me give something like yellow. That's better. I never want to lose now. Okay, so let's give a button again, but this time I don't want it to be play again. Let me give something like try again. Try again. Give this a capital letter and try again button. Try again button. So let's resize it. Yeah, that's perfect. Now what you're going to do is start our coding. So first what we're going to do is we want, whenever we press the start button, we want it to go for our game screen. So what we're going to do is simple. Just give the ID as a start button, whatever we named it. Start button, where it is, loser monster, yeah, right there. Now what I'm going to do is there'll be some option known as the set screen is there, and I'm going to give the screen ID to my game screen. So now let's try it. Run, start. Yeah, it's in my game screen. So what is the next part? When I click the monster, it should move here and there, like roam, and accordingly the scores also should be reduced or increased. Let me add another on event right here, or it's better to add the on event here. Okay, so let's give it like the monster, we named it. Yeah, now as we named the monster, next we need it to move there and here. So for that, there's something called the set position. Yeah, there it is. Now just click this and give this as a monster. Now I don't need the height and width because I already know it. I just need my x and y position. In math, there's something called random number. It's just to give my x and y position. I could not give in a single box. So now let me go to my game screen to decide my x and my y position. So let's give something. Okay, starting from 64, x is 64 to 80. 64 to 280. That's better. 64 to 280, and let's give this as 64 to something like 323. 3 or else 314. I don't want to make the monster hit here. So 314. So 64 to 314. 314. That's better. Now let's just try when I just click it, start. It's moving, but as it's moving, I want my score value also should be changed, and as well as my lives. So for that, first we should declare a variable. There's something called the declare variable. Let's just place it here and here, and let's name this as the score and give this as 0, and let's name this as the lives, and over here let's give this as 3, as we have 3 lives. Now let's declare it. For declaring it, what we're going to do is when I click it, I need extra points, like I need points to be added accordingly. So I need assign a variable right there, and let's give this as a score. Let's go to math, give the plus operator right there, and let's type a score plus 1. I want only 1 point to be added. So now always when you just assign a variable, you're always going to give the set text. Now yeah, the set text is right here. Yeah, so let's just position it there, and let's give this as a score value because my score should be given in the score value label. Yeah, let's delete it. Okay, So I just want to say you a thing. We should always not write it inside the quotations because it's a string. So I will just tell you what happens when I write inside the quotation. Could you see it's giving it as score? I don't want it to show my the giving it as score, but I want to show my real number in the number value score. So without the quotation, now I'm going to give the score. Let's see what it is. So with the quotation, it is known as a string. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes on like that. Now, but I want from in 10 in the number 10, what I need is I need it to go to my winning screen, because that's all. It should not go more than 10. So for that, what I'm going to do is very simple. Go to the controls option, give the if statement right there. Now over here, what you're going to do is go to the math function. There will be something called equal to equality operator. Just place it there and type it as score and give this as 10. Yeah, I want, if it's 10, if the score is 10, what I need my winner screen to be there. So let's go to set screen and let's give our winner screen. Now let's try it. Give the start. 4. Okay, I didn't code it for that yet. Of 9, 9, and in my 10 position, it shows me the winner. And I still didn't code for play again. So let's code it for later at last. So as we did it for the monster, we should also do the same coding part to the particular computer screen too. So why just need to do the same thing? So I'm just going to copy this particular thing. What I'm going to do is monster set position. Let me copy the whole thing better, and let me just remove whatever is not needed. I no need set position over here, and I need it to be the computer screen, and I need this to be the lives. And let me just remove the whole thing because I need minus subtraction operator. Let's go to the math, bring the subtraction operator there and give it lives, and I want -1. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is over here there's something called set text score value. It's correct, but over here I need it to be lives. Okay, so the next thing what I'm going to do is change this as to the lives, because I need it not to be in the score value label, it should be in the lives label. And the next thing I'm going to do is just give lives, and if it's 0, I want it to be in the loser screen. Loser screen. Now let's try this. Start. Okay, now I'm going to give sorry you lost all your lives. Now before I code it for my play again button and my try again button, let us code for, like, when I give the start button again, I want, instead of, there's reset option there, but I want all, for suppose I give start and I give some points. Okay, for suppose, and wait, let me just show you after doing my coding for the play again and try again button. Then let's see what we just left out. So let's give the on event, give this as the play again button, and give the set screen option. Over here it should be the welcome screen. Now the next thing we're going to do is just copy this, paste it. Now let's scroll it down. Now let's just give this as the try again button and the welcome screen. That's all. Now let's just try and see what mistake we have done. So I'm giving it like this. So it's showing winner. I'm going to the play again button, but my score is still 10. But why it's not going back to the 0? For that, we need to just go to the variables option, go to the assign a variable right there. We're going to give the two things, and we're going to give the score is equal to 0 and lives is equal to 3. Now let's try out. Okay, let's lose this time. Try again. Start. As you see, the lives is a 0, but there's some mistake we have done on, like over here. So okay, we have did some mistake. So before I just explain you the others, let's try refreshing it and going on and see what mistake we actually made. Okay, so now let's try it. Okay, now I understood what mistake I made. I always told you after a particular assigning a variable, we should always keep a set text. So let's keep the set text and give this as the score value label, and the score we should remove the quotations accordingly. Score. Now I should do the same thing for the lives button too. I should give the lives and give this as the lives right there. Now let me just give this as lives. That's better. Now let's try it. Let's lose it. It's quite faster. Okay. Yeah, as you see, now it is actually working. We forgot to do the set text. So remember, we should always do the set text after assigning a variable. And the next mistake, we should also get that mistake out. So let's move this over here and lose it. Let's try again, start. See over here, the monster is this time over here, the same position. It's also okay if you just want the monster to be changing position whenever you start again and again. But if you want the monster to back to its original position itself, you just need a set position label there and give the ID as the monster. Now just a minute, this I don't need the height and width again. Now what I'm going to do is just know the original position of my monster. I should go to the design tab for that. Click this. X position is 15, Y position is 20. 15 and 20. 15. Over here it is 20. Now let's try run, start. Now let's lose it. Try again, start. As you see, it's back to its original position. So this is a small game app which I made it. So I hope you like this particular video. and we'll see you the next time when I make the next particular app. For now, bye.